Hello. It's a good day here in Ohio. We finally got some decent weather. Want to talk about a little video here on thermal night vision. A question I get asked a lot that I've had a lot of experience and a lot of good training on, and I teach in this in a paramilitary atmosphere. So I'll give you my sense on what you should do, and you can go from there. And it'll be a quick little video. If you have any more questions, or you can comment or ask them, and maybe I can answer them or do a video to ask it. But I could talk on this for hours and teach on this for hours, but we don't have that long. So I urge you to buy night vision or thermal, depends on where you think what you should get after this video, if it helps you make a decision. Because times are getting rough, and it is the biggest combat modifier you can get besides having a rifle, especially at night with night vision. Because a lot of things go down at night, and be able to see at night and move with the team at night is huge. Quit buying rifles, sell some rifles, and get night vision or thermal. Okay, let's get into it. Basically, when people ask me what they should buy, I ask them a question: are you a patriot or a prepper? And I define the two as a patriot is a guy that will run with a team and do paramilitary militia activities, okay? A prepper is somebody that is just going to protect his home and maybe just be him and his family and nobody else. And the reason I'll break it down as that, because that's what I recommend you to get. Now, if you're a patriot, you need to buy I fully believe you should buy a PVS 14, okay? Gen 3. To buy nothing else but Gen 3, buy Gen 3. Because this will allow you to function at night, move at night, target at night. You can shoot passively or use a laser or something. And you cannot function with a team doing nighttime operations, whatever you're doing, without night vision. You cannot put one guy with 4 or 5 other guys that have night vision. He doesn't. He won't be able to function well. So he needs to have night vision. And just owning it isn't good enough. You need to train with it. Now, I teach a lot in it, so I've seen all different types. So basically, the biggest thing I see is people buy it, and then if they do train, all they do is shoot with it, and that's fine. But there's a lot more tasks than just shooting with it. You need to be able to move with it. You need to be able to use the function. The biggest thing they run into is they hit stuff with their head. They hit this. They can't move well. It's because the biggest thing is your field of view goes down from 150 degrees plus or minus down to 40 degrees, and it takes a lot to get used to that, and looking through it with one eye. So you need to train yourself and practice with that. And I go through techniques of how you should go about that in my classes that I teach. So I urge you to buy night vision Force if you are a patriot. Now the question is, green or white? I know the fat is all white. And they say because it's not as tight as your eyes. I've not wore white for 8-10 hours at night. I have done it many times with green. Green's fine for me. But I will tell you that I've seen a bunch of my class, people bring white units, and generally it's between $3,000 to $3,500 units. And I have seen a big difference in the green and the white for that price range. Usually the greens are better tubes and they do a better job. Here's an example. We were in a class and we was looking at a pine tree about 15 yards away. All the greens can make out all the pine needles, see it well, clarify well, where the white just kind of blots it together and he couldn't make it out. The guy could not change the focus to make it see that. We tried everything, couldn't make it. That's just one of many. Another problem is the whites don't see some colors where the greens have more. There's more colors of green, so you have more color selection. And sometimes when you paint targets certain colors, the white guys can't see it. This blends in and the green guys can see it. Buy a good quality too. Now if you're a patriot, now that's for a patriot. Now if you're a prepper, you might want to consider buying a thermal unit. Forced. Here's some thermal. This is a FLIR Scout, and this is a scope, a FLIR scope. I would say if you could spend $2,000 to $3,000 to buy a 1 to 6 power little scope is key, because you can scan with it and then you can target with it. And it's good up for 200-300 yards at most. The biggest thing is, if you get one of these little scopes, make sure you practice with it, know how to use it, because there's different settings you can do at different types of temperatures and different types of stuff. I can go into a class, speak for hours about it, but I'm not. Basically, the main thing I tell you to get is a battery pack for it, because if they say it'll last 4 to 5 hours, when it's cold, on cold nights, it might only last an hour. It'll drain the battery. So you want a battery pack so it'll make it a couple hours when you're out there using it. Personal experience, do that. Now, if you don't want to spend that much and you want to spend $700 to $1,500 or $2,000, whatever it is, the different classes of these FLIR Scouts, these are good units. Now, the disadvantage is you can't toggle with it because there's no crosshairs, but you can see, you can combine these two and they work pretty well. You can scan and then you can toggle with this. Just something you can think about. You can hang this over your neck, is what we always did. Then you could look, and then you can pull up and look if you had our eyes. So, again, these are my experience. What I urge you to think about and buy is what you're going to use it for. But again, if you buy these, I urge you to get training with them and practice with them and know how to use them and make it rock. So, remember, time may go on, but your life may not. Enjoy.